Hello witchy babes, it's Marky and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I asked you guys on Instagram what kind of content you wanted to see on my channel this week. I know that a lot of us are holed up at home, kind of scared, going a little stir crazy, and need just something to keep our minds off of what's going on. So one of the first things as far as protection and protecting yourself in your home, casting a circle and closing it when you are finished communicating with spirits or doing a form of spirit communication and divination. I personally am guilty of not doing this all the time, so that's why I always remind you guys to take everything I say lightly. This is not me telling you that I think this is what you have to do or should be doing. This is just simply a tip and recommendation. So as far as casting a circle, there are tons of different methods, but I highly recommend watching Harmony Nice's video on how to do so. I really like the way she explains it and shows how you can do it, and I think it would be a great example, especially if you're starting out and or a baby witch. There are many different ways that you can cleanse your area or smudge any of the energy or spirits out of your home. If you are like me, you live in an apartment and you can't always burn sage. I try to be very conscientious because I know it's not the best smell. So I want to make sure that I'm being nice and not burning it during the day when everybody else in my complex might have to smell it. I would rather do it at night when I can open all my windows and everybody's kind of holed up in bed and has all their windows shut because it's cold out in Washington. And a method to doing this too, if you don't have So another method to cleansing and saging too, if you aren't able to burn anything in your apartment like this or incense, take sage leaves and put them in water. Maybe add a couple essential oils if you'd like, just to give it a better smell. And then you can spray it out of a spray bottle throughout your house. And then that way you don't have that smoky smell and it doesn't linger around and hard to get rid of so much. Especially if you're practicing in a single bedroom, if you don't have your own apartment or whole house to do it in. Another way would be also crystals and stones. One of the best ones to use for protection would be black tourmaline or obsidian. Also, I highly recommend selenite. Like, I have the selenite wand, and when casting a circle, I like to use this for visualization of casting it, and then I like to have it close to me while I'm doing my work. One last very easy and simple way to protect yourself as well would be saying a short affirmation that I am safe, I am protected, nothing can harm me beforehand. Maybe say it 3 or 4 times. Or you can wear protective amulets or charms on your neck, or pendants, whatever you want to call them. I personally have my moon goddess one that I have had it protected multiple times, and I plan to redo it soon. I like to do it every full moon, like recharge it and get it good and strong. So now it is time to talk about forms of divination. The number one way that we all know about when we were raised to be like, oh my gosh, no, that's evil, you're gonna welcome demons in your home and you're gonna get possessed or whatever, would be the Ouija or spirit board. And I personally love using a spirit board. For me, they are not necessarily as effective unless you are somewhere where the energy and spirits are really strong and come through But I absolutely love this. This one I actually got off the Facebook market locally here in Battleground, Washington. A lady had it custom made, handmade 10 years ago and decided to sell it, I guess. And I was like, I'm not even questioning it. I'll cleanse it and charge it when I get it. Like, I need this board. And it came with the little handmade planchette with the little rivets on the bottom, so it slides very nicely. Now with spirit boards, I feel like these are the ones you really need to protect yourself the most with. Really make sure that you smudge or cleanse before you use them. Make sure you have those protective crystals with you. And they say, and by that I mean whoever created the Ouija board and stuff, to not do it by yourself. I, in my personal opinion, think that is not the case, and that you can do it alone, and that it's to each his own. So another method and form of spirit communication that I don't think a lot of people usually realize they are capable of doing or jump to is tarot. And this is the Nicoletta Cecily, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, deck. And I actually used this in my last makeup tutorial video that was inspired by tarot. So go check that out if you want to see something. It's very Ostara pastel vibes, if that's what you're into. But yes, I think tarot is a great way to do it because it is not necessarily as complex. One thing I do highly recommend with any form of spirit communication, whether it is with the spirit board, tarot, or any other method I'm going to explain, always Not always necessarily, but I really think it's a good idea to do a guided meditation or meditate in general if you're more advanced in that and know what you're doing a little bit better and don't need a guide. The reason I say this is I think it's really great to open up your third eye chakra, because that is like the doorway to your intuition, and that's kind of like opening the door to letting the spirits come in and communicate with you with whatever form you choose. So with that being said, I think that is a great thing to do, especially before you are using tarot. And sometimes certain people have a certain deck that works better for it. Personally, for me, it's my Deviant Moon deck. I will put a picture of what that looks like right here. That way, if you're interested in it, you can get it yourself. So sometimes people get a little bit confused on how you can get a yes or no answer out of tarot cards. And for me, I just break down the overall energy and message of the card and sum it up into whether it is a positive or a more of a negative. And if it's more of a positive, it's a yes. If it's more of a negative, it's a no. Not everybody does it that way. I may be the only one. So if that is not the method you want to go by, just check out Google. Google's your best friend, and all you have to do is look up how to depict yes or no. Some people go by numerology, I know, so that's why I'm saying that. For all I know, I'm the only one who does it the way I do, and I could be wrong in some people's eyes. Now, the last but not least way that you can do spirit communication in this way is a very, very, very more effective. I think it's the most effective way out of all of them, honestly. That's why I kind of went, it was like Ouija and spirit boards are kind of lower. Tarot cards are there in the middle and pretty good. And then I think this one is the most effective, and that is a pendulum. Now, if you do not know what a pendulum is, it is usually a piece of metal, gold, or silver, or a gemstone of some kind that hangs off of a string or a chain, and then you hold it, you ask it, show me yes, show me no, and then after you know that, you can ask it questions and get what you need to know. Something I actually learned on TikTok by looking up #WitchTalk was to do a pendulum jar. I don't know how well you can see the pendulum inside, but this is for people with shaky hands like me who need this, so then that way they know it's not just their hand moving asking the question. You know for a fact it's actually the spirits coming through. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and got to learn something new today. Like I said, always stay safe and please protect yourself when doing all of this. You never know what negative things or entities or beings you could let in, so just try to protect yourself and be safe. Please hit that like and subscribe button and drop down in the comments below any content ideas you guys might have, or if you want to see anything like this in the near future.